So you're an international entrepreneur and you want to start a business in the US, but you keep hitting this one major wall, the Social Security number. It feels like a locked door, right? Well, it turns out the US tax system actually has a special set of keys designed just for people like you. And today, we're going to show you exactly how they work. Let's really nail down the problem here. The Social Security number, the SSN, it's basically the master key for almost everything financial in America. So if you don't have one, starting a business? Yeah, it can feel totally impossible. But what if there's another way in? A different key for that door? Okay, the first piece of the puzzle is this number, 9. Why 9? Well, it's the first digit of a totally different kind of ID number. One that's specifically designed for anyone who can't get an SSN. So let's see what this number actually unlocks. Now, this number is a key for sure, but don't think of it like a master key that opens everything. No, it's more like a specialty tool, you know? It was made for one very specific job, and if you don't understand that job, you're never going to get the whole system to work for you. All right, first things first, we have to talk about the main gatekeeper here, the Social Security number. The entire US system is basically built around this thing. It's pretty simple, really. If you're authorized to work in the US, you get an SSN. Boom, gate's open. If you're not, well, that gate is slammed shut. And this is maybe the most crucial point of all. The system has this one fundamental rule. It's a fork in the road. You're either eligible for an SSN or you might be eligible for something else called an ITN. You cannot have both. You can't even be eligible for both. It's not a choice. It's like a sorting mechanism. The system just asks one question. Can you get an SSN? If the answer is no, and only if that answer is no, do you get to go down the other path. So what is that other path? Well, that's the ITIN. And this is the first key we really need to get a handle on. See, the IRS created this thing with one and only one goal in mind, making sure people pay their taxes. And just listen to the official language the IRS uses. It's so precise. They call it a tax processing number. I mean, that tells you everything, right? Its only job, its entire reason for existing, is to let the IRS process tax returns from folks who have to file but can't get an SSN. That is literally its entire job description. Okay, so this is super important. We have to be crystal clear about what an ITIN is not. It is not a work permit. It does not give you Social Security benefits. It does not change your immigration status. And if you ask the IRS, it's definitely not supposed to be a general ID card. You have to understand these limits because they're just as important as knowing what it can do. So how do you actually get your hands on this key? Well, it's not as simple as just filling out a form and sending it in. The whole process is built on cause and effect. You basically have to prove to the IRS that you have a legitimate reason to need one. And here it is, the golden rule. To prove you have a federal tax purpose, that's the magic phrase, you almost always have to submit your ITIN application, which is Form W-7, at the exact same time you file a US tax return. Think of it like this. The W-7 application just piggybacks on your tax return. You're basically saying, hey, look, here's my tax return, I need to file it, so please give me the tool to do it. It's all in one package. So let's break that down into 4 simple steps. Step 1, you complete your US tax return. For most non-residents, that's going to be a Form 1040-NR. Step 2, you fill out the Form W-7, the actual ITIN application. Step 3, you gather your proof of identity and your foreign status. And finally, Step 4, you put it all in one envelope, the tax return, the W-7, and your documents, and mail the whole thing to the IRS. Now, are there exceptions to this must file a tax return rule? Yes, a few. For instance, if you're a foreign partner in a US business, you might be able to get one without a tax return. But, and this is the big but, these exceptions are really narrow and the burden of proof is way higher. You'll need tons of extra documents. So for almost everyone, trust me, the tax return is the main road.
And this right here shows you just how serious the IRS is about documentation. They will not accept a notarized copy of your passport. Let me say that again. A notarized copy won't work. You can't just send a photocopy. You have to mail either your original passport or a copy that's been certified by the agency that actually issued it. Yeah, the stakes are pretty high here.
Okay, great. So now we've got our personal tax key, the ITIN. But wait a minute, how does this help us with our business? Well, for that, we need to find the second key in the system, and that one is called the EIN.
The Employer Identification Number, or EIN. You can just think of it as a social security number for your business. That's the easiest way to look at it. It's that unique 9-digit number the IRS gives the company to track it for taxes. And if you want to do pretty much anything like open a business bank account or hire people, you absolutely 100% need an EIN. And here's the next lock we have to pick. To get an EIN for your business, the IRS says the application has to be submitted by a responsible party. And here's the catch, that responsible party has to have their own valid taxpayer identification number, or TIN. So what counts as a valid TIN? Well, an SSN, obviously, but, and this is the aha moment, an individual taxpayer identification number, your ITIN, also counts. This is the whole ballgame right here. Your ITIN, that number you got just for your personal taxes, is the official credential that makes you a responsible party. It's what gives you the green light to apply for an EIN for your business. That is the whole mechanism. All right, so we've seen how the ITIN is the key to getting an EIN for all the official tax stuff. But something interesting happened over the years. The financial world, banks, lenders, they started using this tax-only key for all sorts of other things the IRS really never planned on. This quote really just nails it. The ITIN was supposed to be a simple little tool for the taxman, right? But it's evolved. Why? Because it's a unique 9-digit number issued by the federal government. So other institutions looked at it and thought, hey, that looks a lot like an SSN. Maybe we can use that to solve our own IT problems. And that's what's led to this whole world of off-label uses. You'll find banks and credit unions that will let you open an account with an ITN instead of an SSN. Some credit card companies will give you a card. It's even being used for things like getting a mortgage. And, this is a big one, to start building a US credit history. But, and please, hear me on this is a massive disclaimer. This is not official policy. The IRS is screaming from the rooftops that the ITIN is for taxes, period. End of story. So whether you can use it for a bank account or a credit card, that depends 100% on the internal rules of that specific company. It is not a right, it's not guaranteed at all. Okay, let's pull all of this together. We're gonna map out the core strategy here for any non-resident entrepreneur watching this. This table really lays it all out perfectly. Look, it all starts with the ITIN. Its main job, your personal tax compliance. But the key connection, its superpower, is that it makes you a responsible party. Once you have that status, that's what lets you get the EIN for your business. And the EIN is what you need for business taxes, for banking, for payroll, everything. You see, one key unlocks the door to get the next key. So when you look at it this way, it's not really one single locked door, is it? It's more like a series of gates, and each one has its own specific key. Now, yeah, the process is rigid, it's super detail-oriented, but it is a process. It's a clear pathway. A pathway that was designed for tax compliance, but whether they meant to or not, has ended up creating this huge opportunity for entrepreneurs all over the world. So the only question left is, now that you know how it works, how are you going to use these keys?